Hello and welcome back to Supposedly Fun. My name is Greg. I am here today to react to the announcement of the International Booker Prize winner for 2022, which is Tomb of Sand by Geetanjali Shree, translated by Daisy Rockwell. I didn't do a prediction for what would win, but I did say in my last Friday Reads video that I was sort of hoping that this book would take the prize. And it did. So I'm really happy about this outcome. I obviously was interested enough in this book to order a copy. I don't believe it's available in the US, so I had to order this from the UK. It is a chunky book, but I'm really looking forward to reading it. When I first heard the plot description, when I did a long list reaction, it was giving me vibes of A Fine Balance by Hinted Mystery, which is a book that I really liked a lot. So I definitely knew that I wanted to read it. And now that I have a copy, I am looking forward to getting to it. Obviously, with June on the horizon, I'm going to be doing Pride Month reading all through there. So I'm hoping that in the summer, I will be getting to this, because what is summer if not for project books? But I'm going to have to finish the Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois first. So once Pride Month is over and I'm not reading LGBTQ books anymore, I'm probably going to finish Love Songs. And once I'm done with Love Songs, I'm going to start thinking about picking this up as another project book. But it sounds really exciting. I did manage to join the winner announcement. However, I joined a little bit late and I joined immediately after they announced who the winner was. So I didn't know who the winner was. There was just dark footage of people in the audience hugging each other and celebrating, and I couldn't tell who they were. So I had to watch for a couple of agonizing seconds where I was trying to figure out who won. And finally, the announcer had to say, Geetanjali Shree, we really need you to come to the stage. You can hug people later, which was funny. So Geetanjali Shree and Daisy Rockwell went up to the stage, gave very nice speeches as well. Daisy Rockwell kind of stole a lot of the attention. I thought she was very funny and poised. Geetanjali Shree, you could tell, was very excited to be there and a little bit thrown and overwhelmed, which was a nice sentiment. So if you are unfamiliar with this book, I'll give you a quick read of what's on the back cover, because I think it's a little better than the short description that they have it on the website. I will say that this is the first time that a book in any Indian language has won the International Booker Prize, and it is the first time a book in Hindi has been recognized for the prize as well. So that's really cool, and it's good to see progress, diversity among winners. So you know that makes me very happy. Now, really quickly, I want to read you the back of this. It's not a long description, but I think it will give you a good sense of what this book is about and why I am looking forward to reading it. Right, Jamie? What do you think? She is disappointed because it's not food. So, in northern India, an 80-year-old woman slips into a deep depression at the death of her husband, then resurfaces to gain a new lease on life. Her determination to fly in the face of convention, including striking up a friendship with a Hijra person, confuses her bohemian daughter, who is used to thinking of herself as the more modern of the two. Hijra is a term in Indian that refers to either a transgender person or like a drag queen. I think it's more transgender, but I could be wrong about that. If you know for sure what the definition is, let me know in the comment section down below, but that's what I believe it is. Rather than respond to tragedy with seriousness, Geetanjali Shree's playful tone and exuberant wordplay results in a book that is engaging, funny, and utterly original, at the same time as being an urgent and timely protest against the destructive impact of borders and boundaries, whether between religions, countries, or genders. I mean, if you know me at all, you know that immediately grabs my attention, and I'm really looking forward to reading this book, which is published by Tilted Axis Press. And I'm just realizing it was not intentional that I matched my shirt to the book today. Just a happy little accident. And actually, I guess we matched the couch as well. That was also not intentional. Gay miracles do happen sometimes, and that's all you can say. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. If you have read this, I'd love to hear what you thought of it in the comment section down below. Let's quickly talk about some of the books from the shortlist that did not make it to the actual win. The shortlisted titles were Heaven by Mieko Kawakami, translated by Samuel Bett and David Boyd. Mieko Kawakami is like everywhere right now because there's a new book coming out. or out already, and that made it seem like there was a good shot at Mieko Kawakami taking home the prize. Obviously, that did not turn out to be the case. And then Elena Knows by Claudia Piñeiro, translated by Francis Riddle. This is the other book from the shortlist that I'm really looking forward to reading, obviously, because I purchased a copy of it for myself, and I'm really looking forward to it. I am going to be reading it this year because it's going to fit a prompt on my Montana Book Company reading challenge that I'm doing for the year. But I am really hoping that I'll get to both of these in the end. And although I was really excited for both, I think just what this book stands for, and if you told me I could only read one, I'd probably choose Tomb of Sand. But why would you do that to me? I can read both and it will be fine. So I'm really looking forward to getting to Elena Knows as well. And then there is a new name, Septology 6-7 by John Fosse, translated by Damion Searls. I've heard a lot of really good things about that book, but I am not going to be diving into his Septology anytime soon. But I've heard really good things about it. There was also The Books of Jacob by Olga Tokarczuk, translated by Jennifer Croft, and Cursed Bunny by Bora Chung, and translated by Anton. And then I don't really want to go through the whole long list, but I will say, if you told me I could only read one book from the long list, this might be the one that I would choose. But again, why would you tell me that? And why would you be so mean? So Love in the Big City by Sang Young Park, also translated by Anton, is something I am still really looking forward to reading. And in fact, it will be on my Pride Month pile of possibilities. So this is something that I will be very likely reading in the month of June. It was on the long list. It did not make the short list, but it lives on in my heart. And I'm really looking forward to reading it as part of my Pride Month reading. And I'm not going to run through anything else that was on the long list. I'll just point that one out because I have a copy of it. And there are some other titles from the long list that I'm looking forward to hopefully getting at some point when they are available in the US. But the nice thing about the modern world is that just because something's not released in the US doesn't mean you can't get yourself a copy. So I'm going to leave it short and just say I'm really happy that this book won. I can't wait to read it. I'd love to hear what you think in the comment section down below. Are you excited for Tomb of Sand? Were you rooting for one of the other books on the short list? Are you a contrary person who was rooting for something that didn't even make the long list? That would not actually make you a contrary person, but I would love to hear what you were rooting for in the comment section down below if that is in fact the case. So I will leave it at that. And as always, I really appreciate your time. I will be back. Until next time, happy reading.